and work on our other pieces that we have. So we have 2 3 5/8 by 9 1/4 inch pieces and 4 5 1/2 by 5 3/8 inch pieces. So we're going to take our scoreboards out, and on our 3 5/8 by 9 1/4 inch pieces, we are going to score at 1/2 inch and 1 1/8 inch on 3 sides. So start at the 9 1/4 inch, score it at 1/2 inch and 1 1/8 inch, turn it around to the 3 5/8 inch, score at 1/2 inch and 1 1/8, and then turn this around again, score it at 1/2 inch and 1 1/8. And you're going to do that to both pieces. So 1/2 inch and 1 1/8, turn around, 1/2 inch, 1 1/8, turn around to the last side, 1/2 inch and 1 1/8. And then we are going to score our 5 1/2 by 5 3/8 inch pieces, and you want the 5 1/2 inch side at the top, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch on all 4 pieces. And then we're just going to burnish all the score marks that we made on all these pieces. Once all your pieces are burnished, I'm going to go ahead and miter all our corners. So on the 5 1/2 by 5 3/8 inch pieces, we're just going to miter the 2 corners on the 1/2 inch tab. And then on our 2 3 5/8 by 9 1/4, we are going to miter the top on just the 1/2 inch tab. So like this, you have this gusset here, and then you're just mitering this part on both sides. And then on the bottom here, you have 2 squares and 2 rectangles. What you're going to do is you're going to miter on the side of the rectangle like this. So you have a tab here. And then you're going to cut straight on the score mark of the gusset part. So it looks like this. And you want to cut on the outside of the score mark. So it'll look like this. Again, miter on the outside on the rectangle part, and then cut straight, cutting out the score mark on the inner square, and then doing that on the other side. And then your pocket will look like this. And you're going to do that to your second one. So miter the top 2, miter the triangle, cut out the score mark in the square, like this, and then do it on the other side. So now is when you want to grab your pattern paper again, and you are going to cover your 3 gussets on both pockets, the front of your 2 pockets, the fronts of all 4 of your flaps, and your 2 6-inch chipboard pieces. So I will be back after I put my pattern paper on, and then we can put it all together. I have pattern paper on all my pieces, and I have pattern paper on my 6x8s. It's now time to put this all together. So I'm just going to show you on one side. It's going to be the exact same on the other side. So on the 5.5, you want to grab 2 of your flaps here. And we're just going to put them on. I'm going to line this up with the top and the side of the chipboard. And then the second piece, I'm going to line up with the side and the bottom. Just like so. So you have two flaps. And I have prepared some of the little discs. And I'm going to again find the center of this. And then line my piece up. Hold it down very carefully, and then I can punch once it's high enough that I don't go through everything else. And now I'm going to punch my other one. So I'm going to line this up again with the top flap down. There we go. Here's the center. And then again, punch my hole. Just like that. And now I can grab two brads. And my cardstock spacer, or my chipboard spacer, chipboard. And then I'm going to put the brad through the hole of the disc, through the spacer, through the hole of the flap, and then I can flatten the legs down and add some score tape to the top. And then same thing to the bottom one. Right through the disc and spacer and the hole in the flap. Flatten the legs of the brad and put some score tape on the top. And there you go. And then to add the pocket to the center, let me check really quick here. Okay. So we want to add we want to start with the bottom tab. I'm going to turn this around to make it a little bit easier to do this. And I'm just going to find the center of the chipboard, like that. Let's good right there. Oh, actually, let me. There. Okay. So I have my roller here. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to my tab. And then I'm going to center this 1/2 inch away from the 3/4 inch spine onto my six-inch chipboard piece. I'm not totally straight here, so I'm going to fix that really quick. There we go. I'm just going to burnish that down and then add a little bit of tape to this tab to make it easier to slide the albums in. And now I'm going to work with each of the side tabs separately. Gonna grab a smaller ruler here, and then going to remove the backing from one of my sides. Add a little bit of glue, and then I'm going to put my 1/2 inch ruler against the bottom of the chipboard so that I can line this up as best as I can. And I'm pushing against the bottom of my pocket and then lining up the tab with my 1/2 inch ruler so that I have 1/2 inch going all the way across the side. And then I can just stick my finger in there and burnish the side tab. So again, time with the top. Going to add a little bit of glue and then line up my ruler with the top of the chipboard and then push against the bottom of the pocket and against my ruler so that I have 1/2 inch across the side of my pocket here. So then you have 1/2 inch on the top and bottom and then 1/2 inch on the side. Then you can take your album and stick it right in, just like that. So when you're done, you'll have 2 pockets in the center for both of your folio albums, and then flaps on either side. I hope you enjoy making this folio album and have fun. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.